Good morning, students. Hello, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Today we will revise Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3, which is the syllabus for first midterm.
Yes, ma'am.
First, time delay. Time delay, we know that delay means signals are not appearing instantly at the receiver. Means if we transmit any signal at time t is equal to 1, this at the receiving end, this signal is not appeared at time t. It is this signal is appeared after 1 or 2 minute delay. So time delay, if x of n is original sequence, then x of n minus k is the signal delayed by k sample. This is in this example we take discrete signal. Means if we take continuous signal, this n is replaced by t, this n is replaced by t. Clear? Then signal is given, x of n is given by 1, 2, 3, 4, and this arrow indicates the sample when n is equal to 0. So we can sketch this sample like this when n is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear? And in this case, signal is generated when n is equal to 0. But at the receiver end, receiver get this signal when t is equal to 2 or when n is equal to 2. Clear? So this signal is represented, delayed signal is represented by x n minus 2, and it is given by this representation. And here when n is 0, so this arrow indicates the value of sample when n is equal to 0. Time advance signals is when is present before they are generated. Suppose that original signal is this, means when n is 0, signal is present. But in this case, same signal is present when n is equal to minus 2. Means signal is present before it is generated. So this is advanced signal, and advanced signal is represented by x of n plus 2. Then folding is called as reflection. If x of n is given by this same signal, then x of minus n is mirror image of this. So if we take mirror image of this signal, we get first signal, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So we get x of n is equal to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we indicate the F. This arrow indicates that value of n is 1 in this position. Then time scaling operation, downscaling or compression. Suppose x of n is given by this, then y of n is equal to x of 2n. In time scaling, first you write down all the values of x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, x of 3, x of 4, x of 5, and then you write y of n is equal to x of 2n, and then put when n is 1, when n is 0. When n is 0, x of 2n is also 0 and value of this is 1. Similarly, when n is 1, this is y of 1 is equal to x of 2 and value of x of 2 is 3 and so on, and we get the value of y of n is equal to x of 2n, which is given by this equation. And we can draw this sequence like this: 1, 3, 5, and original signal is same signal 1, 2, this. So we see that signal is compressed in this case. Signal is compressed because if you replace this n by t, it means that x of t and x of 2t, t is time or speed is, if time is increased, this event occurs in smaller time. Similarly, x of n is given by this, and you have to produce y of n is equal to x n by 2. So substitute the value of n is equal to 0, 1, 2, and in this case when you put n is 1, y of 1 is equal to x of half, and there is no value of x of half, so you put this x of half is equal to 0. Similarly, you put n is equal to 1, 0, 2, 3, and you get all the values of x of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and write down all the values of y of n 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, and 5, and draw this sequence in the. Then a discrete time signal x of n is shown in this figure. Then show the sketch and table the signal. X of n is given by this, and you have to multiply u1 minus n. Un means unit step function is given by this, and if you take the mirror image, you get u of minus n, and then you can write u of minus n plus 1 or u of minus n minus 1. It means that this signal is shifted in this side, right hand side, and this is the diagram of u of minus n plus 1, and then multiply this signal with this signal. So because magnitude is 1 in all sample, so there is no difference between this sample. If you multiply x of n and u1 minus n, then this 1 multiplied by 3, 1 multiplied by 2, 1 multiplied by 1, and this one is also multiplied by 1. But this 2 and 3 is multiplied by 0, so we get this sequence. Next is x of n is multiplied by u n plus 2 minus un. Un is this, and un plus 2, it means that this sequence is shifted or moved in left hand direction, and if we multiply this, no, un plus 2 is this sequence, and this is un. This is the un plus 2 minus un. It means that we get only these two samples at minus 1, at minus 2. So when we multiply this signal with this, we get only 2 and 1 sample. These two samples, we get these two samples and the resultant sequence. Then xn is multiplied by impulse of shifted impulse. Sorry. Delta n minus 1 is 1 when n is 1, otherwise it is 0. Means delta n is always 1 when n is equal to 0, and this shifted impulse is value of this shifted impulse is 1 when n is 1. So when we multiply this with this signal, we get only one sample, which is at n is equal to 1. Then for each of the following system, determine whether or not the system is stable, causal, linear, and shift invariant. Shift invariant means time invariant. First, if value of x of n is input, y of n is output. If a value of x of n or magnitude, not value, magnitude of x of n is less than some finite value m, then if then the value of y of n is also finite, because y of n is equal to gn multiplied by m. If value of this constant is finite, then this system is also finite. Means for finite input, if we get finite output, system is stable. So this system is stable. Causal, because it depends only on output depends only on present input, and in causal system output depends upon present and past input. Linear, this is a linear system, and this is also time invariant system, because time invariant, not time variant, because this action depends upon gn, and gn is dependent upon n. Similarly, if this constant is constant value, doesn't depend upon n, in that case this system is time invariant, and in this case if this scalar is dependent upon n, then system is shift invariant. Then y of n is equal to summation x of k, and here value of k is from n naught to n. We can write this equation y of n is equal to like this: n naught x of n naught plus 1, and so on, x of 0, x1, and last limit is x of n. Suppose that this n is negative, means suppose that this is minus 3. So x of minus 3, x of minus 2, x of 0, x of 1, x of n. Clear? But if this n is less than n naught, means n is also negative. If n is also negative, then y of n depends on only on future, means this is minus 5, minus 4, and last one is minus 1. So output depends only on future values of xn. In that case, this system is not causal. But if n is positive or n is greater than or equal to n0, means n is positive, then system is causal, because it depends upon output depends upon only on past and present input. And system is linear, and system is, since there is uh, no there is no This system is linear and time invariant because there is no not a n is not present in this case. So system is shift invariant. Shift invariant means time invariant. For next, this if we write this x of y of n is equal to x of n minus naught n minus n naught and so on, and last value is x of n plus n naught. We know that this system is non-causal because it depends upon future, past, and present input. So this is non-causal system. System is linear and time invariant. Time invariant. The, this system is linear and time invariant. Okay. The next question is y of n is equal to x n minus n naught. If x of n is less than some finite value m, then its shifted version is also less than finite value, and y of n is less than some finite value. It means that system is stable. System is stable, and the system is linear and causal. If value of n If value of n is positive, then system is causal. If value of n is negative, it means that n plus n naught non-causal, and this is time invariant because there is no not n is not present in this equation for n or t. If t or n is present in this equation, then that system is time variant. Then y of n is equal to exponential x of n. If value of x of n is less than some finite value, then y of n is less than infinity, matlab less than, or we can say that for finite value of x of n, value of y of n is also finite, system is stable. And y of n doesn't depend upon future input, means it depends, in this case it depends only on present input, so it is causal. It is non-linear system. Y1 of n, y2 of n is equal to this exponential x1n plus exponential x2n, and this is not equal to, if we, this is the output when we apply x1n, and this is the output when we apply x2n, and we add these two outputs. But when we apply x1 plus x2, then the output will be exponential x1n plus x2n, and these two quantities are not equal, these two terms are not equal, these two outputs are not equal, so this system is not linear. Next question, next is y of n is equal to a x of n plus b. This is non-linear system. X1n is when we take x1n, y1n is this. When we take x2n, input is x2n, then y2 is this. And if we if we and if we add this, we get this expression. But if we add x1n and x2n, we get a x1n plus x2n plus b. So system is non-linear. The simply this system is causal system because the output depends upon input and shift invariant by instant. Compute the linear convolution of following: x of n is 1 and h of n is 2, 1, 2, 1. So then first we can calculate the value of x of 0, x1 and h of 0, h1, h2 and h3. Then next step, only find the range of n. Range of n is, this is n is equal to 0, n is equal to 0, so 0 plus 0 is 0, and n is equal to 3, 1, 2, 3, n is equal to 3, in last value is n is equal to 3, and in this case last value is n is equal to 0, so 0 plus 0, 0 plus 3 is 3, so range is from 0 to 3. So we have to calculate the value of x of 0, y of 0 to y of 3. Definition of convolution is y of n is given by this. So y of 0, value of k is, range of k is 0 from 0 to 3, and 1 minute. Y of n is equal to x of k h n minus k, and always apply that since convolution is commutative, you can write that h of k, y of n is summation h of k multiplied by x of n minus k. Yeah. So then you put, or you calculate the value of, first you write the definition of convolution, then use commutative property, then use the formula and calculate y of 0. Y of 0 is, from this equation you can write y of 0 and substitute all the values and you get the value of y of 0 is 2. Similarly, in this case, put n is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, here n is equal to 1, and then expand this formula, then the value of y of 1. Similarly, you get y of 2 and y of 3, and now the result of convolution can be written like this. Then obtain the exponential Fourier series for rectangular pulse train shown in this figure and state the spectrum. This is the rectangular pulse. You have to calculate exponential Fourier series. Formula is given by this, and you can write as Cn is given by this formula. Then first obtain value of Cn, Fourier coefficient. So it is given by this formula, and value of x of t is a in rectangular, x of t is a, and limit is from minus tau by 2 to tau by 2. So put the value of x of t and put the limit and then integrate and substitute the limit, you get the value of Cn. Then Cn is given by a divided by pi n sine pi n tau divided by tau, t naught. And if you rearrange this equation, you can write the Cn in terms of sinc function. Rectangular function. So we obtain the Fourier series. And spectrum of x of t, since Cn does not have any imaginary part, Cn has not any imaginary part, then phase angle is 0, and here we draw the spectrum of rectangular or pulse waveform. This is known as sync function. This is the amplitude spectrum of rectangular pulse. Then some properties of linear Fourier series. First is linearity. If x of t, the Fourier transform of x of t is given by ak, and Fourier transform of y of t is given by bk. And this is the Fourier coefficient, and ak is Fourier coefficient, bk is coefficient, and these are two Fourier series. Fourier series of x of t is given by ak, and Fourier series of y of t is given by this, and both signals have same period. Then x of t, if x of t is linear combination of z of t, sorry, if z of t is linear combination of x of t and y of t, then Fourier coefficients of z of t is given by linear combination. Then Fourier coefficient of zt is given by linear combination of ak and bk. It's given by this. Time shifting. Time shifting is, this is the Fourier series, and if you have to find out the Fourier series of x t minus t tau, then substitute y is equal to this, and you have to find out the Fourier series of y of t. Then bk is 1 by t integration x of t exponential minus j k omega naught t dt. Substitute t minus t naught is equal to tau. So we get this expression, and then in this case, this t is replaced by tau plus t naught. So, and we can take this term out of this integration, because in this expression here tau is variable, and in this case there is no tau, so it is a constant quantity. We can easily take this term out of this integration, and this is the Fourier series coefficient ak. So we can say that when a periodic signal is shifted in time domain, the magnitude of Fourier series coefficient remains unchanged. Means magnitude is same, but there is a change in phase. Time reversal. When x of t undergoes time reversal, then period of periodic signal remains unchanged. So x of minus t is done by this expression. Substitute k is equal to minus m. Then y of t is equal to k is equal to minus m here, and then we can say that this is the coefficient of x of minus t. So bk is a minus a minus k. So if ak is Fourier coefficient of x of t, a minus k is Fourier coefficient of x of minus t. For even signal x of t and x of minus t is equal, so for even signal these two coefficients are equal. But in when signal is odd, then in that case a minus k is equal to minus ak. Time scaling. In time scaling, if Fourier coefficient of x of t is given, then find out Fourier coefficient of x of alpha t. Then substitute here alpha t in, in place of t. So we get this. and this can be written as alpha 2 pi by t or 2 pi by t by alpha. Similarly, frequency shifting, if x of Fourier coefficient of x of t is given, then calculate the Fourier coefficient of this term, and you can easily calculate the Fourier coefficient of this, which is x of, sorry, this is Fourier transform. The next property is for, frequency shifting property of Fourier transform. Fourier transform is for aperiodic signal and for periodic signal. So take the Fourier transform of this. Fourier transform of exponential j 2 pi f naught t x of t is given by the this formula, and x of t can be written like this. So we can say that if exponential j2 pi f naught t is multiplied in original signal, then the whole spectrum is shifted to the right side of to the right signal, side by fc in frequency domain. If signal is multiplied by exponential j2 pi fc, it means if positive here, positive is multiplied plus positive is multiplied, and in frequency domain we get minus fc. Then frequency differentiation in time domain. Differentiation in time domain. This is the next property of Fourier transform. X of t is given by this formula by the definition of inverse Fourier transform, and if we take differentiation of both sides, we get dx by dt is given by this formula, and here we get, when we differentiate this term, we get x of f multiplied by j 2 pi f. So Fourier transform of dx by dt is given by this. Differentiating the signal in time domain is equivalent to the multiplication its Fourier transform. Similarly, integration, this is the integration or property of this. X of t is written like this, d by dt, integration of this. Then take the Fourier transform of both sides, and using the property of differentiation, we get the Fourier transform of integration. And multiplication, you can find. Then obtain the DTFT of unit impulse function delta of n. If x of n is delta of n, then DTFT is given according to the definition of this. And since this delta function exists only when n is equal to 0, we get, here we put n is equal to 0, n is equal to 0, and value of this is 1. So we get 1, 1 multiplied by j minus j omega n. When we substitute value of n is 1, we get 1. So Fourier discrete time Fourier transform of impulse function is 1. You can obtain the DTFT of unit impulse or unit step u of n. According to the definition, when we substitute value of x of n is u of n, and we know that u of n is 1 when n is greater than or equal to 0, and it is equal to 0 when n for negative values of n. Thus we can write the limit of summation from n is equal to 0 to n is equal to infinite. Value of un is 1 and exponential minus j omega n. We can write this equation like this, and this is the this is in form of geometrical series formula. We can easily find out the summation of this, which is written like this, and we can solve this, and we get the DTFT of u of n. Then obtain DTFT and state the magnitude spectrum of x of n is equal to un minus n un minus 4. Clear? Then un is unit step function, and un minus 4 is also a unit step function delayed by 4 samples. So when we substitute u minus n u of n minus 4 from un, we get x of n is equal to 1 1 1 1, and that is at this point. So according to the definition of DTFT, x of omega is equal to given by this, where value of limit or value of n is from 0 to 3. Then x of omega is equal to is written like this. Since magnitude of j omega is given by this, and if exponential minus j omega is written as cos omega minus j omega, so we can find the magnitude of exponential minus j omega. Similarly, we can find out the magnitude of exponential minus j to omega, which is given by 1, similarly 1, and magnitude of x of omega is given by 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 4 for all values of length. And this is the magnitude spectrum. I will end my lecture here. Thank you.